Good afternoon, everyone. This is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews, and I am your literary ambassador. And today I have Noreen Henry on my channel today. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Thank you, thank you. Now tell us a little about yourself.
Oh, a little about me. Okay, where do I begin? Well, first of all, I was born in England. I was born in London, England. So I came into the States at 17. I turned 18 the year I came here. Been living here more than 30 years now.
Oh,
And
okay.
so my day job is, yeah, yes. Actually, yesterday was our anniversary. The 26th of March was our anniversary of when we came to this country. And so my field of work is administrative assistant. I have three grown children, they're adults, and I have four grandchildren. And I had a girl, baby girl, granddaughter, just December, because I have three boys, but now I have my granddaughter.
Yes.
I live in New York City. So the whole time I've been here, I live in New York City. So for many years I did administrative assistant work, did businesses in between, but now I'm on my victorious living journey where I was led to coach, teach, train victorious people to live victoriously.
Mhm.
And so this is where my books began, and I have coaching programs, and it just continues. And I have a talk show coming up soon.
Oh, okay, okay. What is your genre and what attracted you to that genre?
My genre is self-help, really. Self-help. And what attracted me to it was the leading of the Lord. Like because of the things that I've gone through in life and the things that I have overcome and learned the tools, gained the right knowledge to be victorious. And so with that is the lead the Lord led me to victorious living, to create victorious living culture. So that's where it came from.
Can you tell
So
us about, I'm
sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
Um, no, go ahead, because I was just saying that that's where it came from. And
Yeah.
so I'm just walking in my purpose, and it's my passion because I love to see people living victoriously. And for myself, many years ago, I wasn't victorious the way I am now because I didn't know, and I wasn't aware. And so that's why I'm led to that.
Oh, okay, okay. Can you tell us about your books?
Okay, so the very first book I wrote, I have it right here, is Are You in God's Will? Do you know that you have to choose? And the reason that one was written is because many years ago I became saved, and I did not know that you had to choose. I didn't know, I just knew of God, but I didn't know to have the proper relationship with him. I didn't know to be learning properly of his word to properly change my life, and so to properly apply it. And so when not choosing who is our father, it's automatically the enemy, it's automatically Satan. So that's why this was written, right? Are you in God's will? Do you know that you have to choose? We have to choose God, otherwise
Amen.
enemy is our father, and we don't want that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
So that's why that one was I was led to write that one.
Okay. And your next one?
The next one I wrote is Victorious Living, Back to a Happier Life. And it goes back to why I created victorious living culture. It
Mhm.
goes back again to, for me, the things that I've gone through and the things that I've overcome, to see that so many are not living the victorious life that we're supposed to be living. Right? I was once there, and I thought that I was kind of okay, but it was until learning more that there's so much more to life. And in fact, I said there's so much in God. We have so much in God, we just have to learn it. And so, as the word says, we perish for lack of knowledge. So, victorious living, guide to a happier life, that's like the foundation to victorious living. Because we first have to be aware. Because if we're not aware, we can't make any changes.
Yes. 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 Okay. And your next one?
So let's see, my next one is one of my stories. Food addiction, the struggle has been real. So when I wrote this book, I wrote it in 4 days. 4 days. So as I was
Wow.
writing it, yeah, I wrote it in 4 days. And so as I was writing it, I could feel release because I was suffering in silence
Mhm.
with food addiction. It started with emotional eating. And so I was led to write this book, I believe, because so many don't, first of all, don't know about food addiction because I didn't know myself. I eventually learned that what I was doing was emotional eating, but then it progressed to food addiction. So like, so food addiction is such a thing, and like, you don't hear much about it. You'll hear more about drugs or alcohol, even cigarette. You hear more about those addictions, but you, like, I never heard about food addiction until I realized that that's what I had. And so that's why I believe I was led to write that, to bring more awareness to it so that we can get the proper help. Because for me, I don't emotionally eat anymore. And I've changed a lot of habits. I'm still continuing to work on unlearning and relearning and creating new habits to be completely rid of it. So that's why I believe I was led to write that, because before I was writing that, I was actually going to write a children's book, and then it switched. It switched. I started to do the outline for the children's book, and then it just switched to writing about food addiction story. So I was led by the Lord to switch to that way. And I understand why, right? Because so many suffer in silence, and not even, not like, I didn't know it was food addiction, right? I didn't know at that time. So that's why I believe that I was led to write that book, bring more awareness to it so that we can get the proper help to overcome this dreaded disease.
Yes. Yes. Do you have any other books you would like to share?
Yes, I have. I actually have a workbook to Are You in God's Will? Do you know that you have to choose? I have a workbook to it. So it accompanies the book. So it has the questions for people to think and know that okay, we have to do something different. Right? If we don't do something different, nothing changes. So the workbook accompanies the book itself to help with the changes, to
Mhm.
help with the positive changes. We
Yes.
want
Yes.
positive changes.
Yes.
So my next one is 30-day journal, daily thoughts. This one was just published November, December last year. And I was led to write this because our words frame our world, but it starts with our thoughts. And so it's whatever we think about is what we're going to speak about. And so this journal, it's a 30-day journey that you'd write your thoughts down every day for 30 days. And at the end of that 30 days, it's going to determine and show you where you are with your thoughts. So you'll know what you have to do to manage your thoughts, because that's what we have to do. We have to manage our thoughts to make sure that we're thinking the right things so that we say the right things, because we
Yes.
get what we say. We
Yes.
get what we say. And I have so many stories of things that, even for myself, was happened to me before I had that knowledge, and other people with the things that they say. People say things, but they don't mean it. But because it's spoken, it happens anyway. I can give one quick story of, I know somebody that was um, 29 years old, passed away right before they turned 30. And when we went to see the mother and talking about it, and the mother said to us, she would always say she's not going to make it to 30. Didn't mean those words, but what happened? The words went to work. So it's so important to know how important our words are, right? How they frame our lives. So that's why I was led to write that book, and it's a journal. And so you write your thoughts for 30 days, and at the end of it, and you'll know where you stand, and you'll know what you have to do next in order to work on your thoughts so that we have the right thoughts. So that's those are my books I have anymore with me at the moment. Because another
Okay.
one I have is the Legacy Journal,
Yes.
and and that book it's got blurbs for each week of the year. So it's 52 weeks, 52 different blurbs. So what that one is, that you read the blurb, whatever the topic is, and then you answer the questions, you'll write the journal. And this is another way to help you to change your life. for the positive, because there's so much out there. Like many years ago, I thought I was a positive person, but it wasn't until learning these different things, learning these tools now, like, oh, I really wasn't positive after all. And it goes back to the awareness. It goes back to the awareness. So so that's what I'm all about, is just helping people, giving people the tools to help them to have a better life, live the best life now, the life that they want. And we have to do something, otherwise we won't have it.
Okay. Where did you draw your inspiration from? Your books.
I would say I get directed by the Lord. I get directed by the Lord. Um, how he leads me, then I'll go forward with that. So that's where I get my inspiration from. And also, I like to help people. Right? So I just love to help people, love for them to learn, love for them to see, okay, oh yeah, I'll do it this way. Like I just love to help people. So my books are ways to help people, and I can't get to everybody. So my books are used to reach the masses.
Right. Okay. How does writing help you to be more empowered in your purpose?
How does it help me to be more empowered in my purpose? By just like with what I was saying, it drives me to know, okay, this is helping people, this is helping people. So it makes me more empowered. Yes, I have more, because I have more books that I'm working on, but get them done, because it's going to help more people. So that's what empowers me, to know that fulfilling that I'm helping people with the knowledge I've gained, because I'm actually known for my knowledge and wisdom. So I'm
Yeah.
putting them into books and putting them into coaching programs. Can I give a quick story?
Go ahead.
I was in church one day, and there was a prophet, and he turned to the congregation and said, she's full of wisdom, like come and sit at her feet, draw from her. That's what he said to the church. So I'm known for my knowledge and my wisdom,
Mhm.
and I've gained it through having a relationship with Lord and the books.
Yes, yes. How has the current state of the world affected your writing?
How it hasn't affected it, because I keep going, but like in the sense of wanting to get it out there more, so that more people can be helped, because I'm like, I don't watch the news because I don't feel there's anything good on it. And it's
Yes.
negative, and I don't want that negativity in me. Right. So but there's many other people that do watch it, and so they get in that negativity, and it affects whatever we're putting in us, it affects our lives. So with that, I want my stuff out there more, so people could be reading it more, so that they can know, no, we don't have to go by what is being said on the news, because it's not real for me anyway. So that's what helped me through,
Mhm.
because
Where
people
do you see yourself in your career in the next 5 years?
working for myself, because I have a job at the moment. So finish my job and focus totally on historic living culture, where I see myself, and branching out and helping many more individuals.
What has been your greatest accomplishment thus far in your writing career?
Oh my gosh. What has been, well, I can say I've got a couple then. Being number one, having the number one international bestseller designation, and some of my books are number one hot in hot new releases, and then having the book, like I have 18 published books. So I could say those are the biggest accomplishments. Plus the help that people are getting from it, the lives that are being changed from them reading and applying it, like not just reading it, but applying what the guidance that I give, and the tips in the books. So that's the biggest.
Okay. What has your publishing journey been like?
Oh, let's see. Well, okay, I started on my own, right?
Mhm, mhm.
And so it's quite challenging, because it's a lot, right? It's a lot when you don't know, so you're learning it. And so my journey has been learning it, and I have a couple of books where I did through a publisher, and I've just gained more and more information. So now it's so much easier than when I first started to be publishing my books. The journey, like with everything in life, it's a journey. So we all start the same, right? Because we don't know, and then we learn, and then we gain the knowledge. So at first it was like, oh wow. As time went on and doing them over and over and over, now the journey is good.
Okay. What do you do when you're not writing?
What do I do when I'm not writing? You have to ask my family. um, when do you not work?
Yeah.
I love spending time with my I love spending time with my family. Like this week, I was up at my daughter. She lives upstate New York. I was up there for a few days, spending time with her and my grandchildren. I love spending time with my family. Got my son. Two of my sons are here with me, and so that's what I like to do. And then, like later on, to relax, I will watch comedy, watch movies. Later on in the evenings, I usually do that.
Okay. What projects are you currently working on right now?
Oh my gosh, I'm working on an anthology. This is my first anthology project, and because I wanted to do it a few years ago, and then now I kept hearing it. So now is the time to work on that. So one is the anthology project, and I have master classes that I am going to record and put in my academy, and more books. Like I'm working on a book about salvation, about being born again, and just keep going. So those are the current things, and I'm working on a course too. I have an Overcomer course that I'm going to be teaching next month, and I'm going to do that course twice a year. These are things that I'm currently working on,
No.
and now I'm writing for a magazine, so that's
Okay.
been added on. So I'll be writing articles to monthly for a magazine.
Okay. And what about your talk show?
Oh, that's going to be coming up soon. So I'm gonna have to start recording because we got held up with not traveling and everything. So that's what's been on hold. But now I'm getting ready to record. So soon I'll be start announcing when that's gonna be aired. So that's Victorious Living with Noreen. Stuck is Not Your Story. So my show is gonna be teaching. Some of it teaching, and then some of it will be guests. So I would love to have you as a guest.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, what are your thoughts about um, hybrid? They have this new thing called hybrid publishing. How do you feel about that? Or have you heard about it?
I don't know about that. No,
You
right.
don't
You have to
know.
tell me about that.
I'm trying to learn about that. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Where can we find you and your books?
You can find me at my website. It's noreennhenry.com. I got an extra N in the middle. So that's where you can find my books and my website, noreennhenry.com.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to add before we close?
There is always hope. No matter what, there is always hope to live victoriously, to stay in joy, peace, and happiness as we're going through our circumstances to victory. But knowing that unless we do something different, nothing changes. But
Okay.
there is always hope.
Yes. And can we see your t-shirt?
Oh, my t-shirt is Victorious Living with Noreen TV Talk Show.
Oh, okay. All
My
right.
t-shirt.
Yes. I thank you for coming in today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you are welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right. This is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews. Happy reading. Bye, y'all.